Hi, Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. Let's talk about bowling ball cover stocks, reactive bowling ball cover stocks. Solid reactive and pro reactive versus the hybrid reactive bowling balls. A lot of folks don't know about these new hybrid cover stocks, so let's talk a little bit about comparisons. And I'll be general and kind of brief on this, but we have an article that describes it pretty accurately. And of course, any other information you might want to have, make your comments and ask your questions at Bowlversity right underneath the article titled Solid Reactive and Pro Reactive versus Hybrid Bowling Balls. This is an article really for everyone. And so let's start with the solid reactive. We know that solid reactive cover stocks have the greatest amount of microscopic reactive pores on the ball surface compared to all the other reactive cover stocks. And we know that solid cover stocks can be finished off by the factory in a polished or sanded finish. And it's also can be with a rubbing compound buffed finish, so the degree of surface friction can be controlled within the subcategory of solid reactive bowling balls. So you can get polished and rougher surfaces in solid reactive cover stocks. But solid reactive cover stocks are the most aggressive, create the most surface friction of all the cover stocks, and it's a bowling ball that we believe everyone should use, particularly when you're bowling in a good amount of heavy oil on the front end of the lane. Usually that's your league play or maybe even tournament play. Now, there's recent releases of these type of cover stocks, and you can find out about them by reading the article online. I won't get into mentioning those bowling balls here. But there are many options that you have by various manufacturers, all of them very good, but you should do your research first before you make your purchase so you get just the right ball to match up on the lane conditions for your game. Okay? Now, pro reactive cover stocks, well, again, that emerged in the 1990s. They were manufactured with addition of resin and maybe even mica particles, materials blended into the reactive cover stock material. And the inclusion of these extra additives roughens out the microscopic pores, causing the ball reaction on dry lanes to be extended in length. You get a longer slide down the lane, you store energy, and the ball has more hitting power and more energy for the back end of the lane. So therefore, the pro cover stocks will grab the lane and bite and hook to the pocket. With this ability to skid decisively on the front end and store energy, the pro cover stocks typically produce a stronger hooking ability on the back end of the lane than do the solid cover stocks. And the coefficient of friction obviously is lower than the solid cover stocks, so which generally results in less loss of energy, pearl to solid. Now, the examples of pearl cover stocks that are available to you here at bowlingball.com are suggested in the written article. We'd like you to read it, and then you can click on it and go to more information about those bowling balls. Very handy feature we have in these articles, links to the equipment themselves so you can study the information. Now finally, the hybrid reactives. This is kind of my favorite because I believe most of the better bowlers have learned about this ball, and it's a great ball because it's kind of in between it. It uses the best components of solid and pearl cover stocks. It's a combination, and the purpose is to take advantage of the benefits, again, of both those cover stocks. So you can offer a good mid-lane reaction, dependable reaction, no surprises. That's control, and the control is important to hit the pocket when lanes transition, and it's not really an easy condition to hit the pocket particularly. And you can control the back end reaction as well. Hybrid bowling balls give you the glide on the front end that you seek on medium oil conditions, and they also respond at the break point to the pocket similarly to the pro reactives. So they're very handy. You kind of get the best of both worlds between reactive and pro cover stocks. Hybrids allow for adjusting surface textures in the same way as do the pearl and solid reactives, and with some experimentation on your part, your hybrid bowling ball surface is recommended that we recommend that you know precisely what you can do with the surfaces and when to switch balls, when to go from the pearl to the hybrid or when to go from solid to a hybrid cover stock, so you know exactly and you have confidence to switch in competition. That's very important. So experimentation is important, and it's important when you practice to bring all your bowling balls down there and gauge them one to the other on given lane conditions that you're familiar with. New releases of hybrid cover stock bowling balls are also in the article, and you might want to look at them and go to the links and check out more information about these bowling balls. Now, for your entry level or new beginning bowlers, it's useful to seek out a ball. Talk to your pro shop operator first. If you're going to buy one ball, he's going to suggest a cover stock that matches where you bowl most frequently, and that makes sense. You might want to talk to your bowling instructor or your coach too, because they're usually very well versed on bowling ball equipment, and they can help you make that choice. The goal is to match the cover stock to the lane conditions, and that's what entry-level players should focus on most above all. Now, experienced bowlers, let's say you're averaging 130 to 180 range, and although there's a difference in skill level there, you should all strongly consider owning both a reactive and a pearl cover stock, okay? And those of you who bowl a lot of tournaments, you might want to add a third ball to that and get a hybrid, so you can prepare that surface to work in between the pearl and the reactive and the solid reactive cover stocks. And of course, for you higher average players from 180 to 200, you definitely should invest in multiple bowling balls, including solid pearl and hybrid cover stocks. We like to see you do that. We like to see you make changes at the right time. That's one reason why the very highly skilled players perform so well in competition, because they know when to change bowling balls. They know what to do with the surfaces of the bowling balls. So you should be familiar with the fact that some of these Avalon pads today that are available, these grip screening pads that pro shops have, you can change or alter the cover stock just slightly or quite a bit really to affect the skid length of your bowling ball and the reaction on the mid lane and the back end of the lane. So all these cover stocks are versatile. You should use that to your best benefit. Some experimentation is necessary when you get these bowling balls. Make sure you understand what kind of surface finish you have on it and when to use it on the lanes. That comes with practice. That comes with consultation with your pro shop operator and also with your coaches. We hope some of this information helps you. We suggest you consider a hybrid cover stock versus the solid and pearls. And we hope that the information we provide at bowlingball.com is useful to you. Good luck.